Hello everyone, this is Ezekiel. I'm doing a combat mission, Battle for Normandy after action report, and also a bit of an introduction to the game for all those who have looking at the combat mission series, just so they know what it's about. I've been playing the game for about, well, since the first one came out, Combat Mission Beyond Overlord, about 10 years ago. I don't want to do a scenario, but I don't want to spoil anything much, so I'm going to pick one which, if you know Band of Brothers, in the second episode, it's basically a recreation of what happened there with Easy Company assaulting the battery, one of the actions they're famous for. So as it loads up, it's a very, very small scenario, a good way to introduce it with a lot of close-up action, and hopefully we can, I'll explain a few of the key things to play in the game, such as waypoints, artillery, and also you'll see how different it is to a lot of other strategy games. It's just one of the reasons I really, really like it. Also, the game that I'm running is heavily modded. Mods are a very, very key part of this game. Everything from textures to sounds in my copy is modded. So it will look a little bit different compared to some other videos that you may see on YouTube. Okay, now we're just going to do the briefing screen. All scenarios have this as written by the scenario designer. So my objective is to, with the forces I've got on D-Day, a few airborne troops, to take out 4 batteries and any Germans that are pounding one of the exits off Utah Beach. So I'm starting from that little village. The guns are somewhere to the southwest. I will take them out and then I have to move back and exit the map. I've got plenty of time to do it. It's a warm day, and as I say, if you watch Band of Brothers you know what to do. Okay, so the guns are somewhere in there. As you see immediately, Combat Mission is a fully 3D wargame, so I can circle the camera around, drop it right down to ground level view, or also up in the heavens, satellite view. It's quite a large map, which is a pretty faithful recreation of Exit 2 from Utah Beach. So if you go back, and a lot of scenarios are designed around how it actually looked on the day. So I won't really use most of the map. I think it's really there for show, but might as well drop down now and just have a check out the Airborne Forces I've got at my command. Okay, so there you go. I've got Winters, Lieutenant Winters, leading the forces. There they are. And who we got over here? We've got Lieutenant Compton, and we got 2 MG teams for fire support, and Sergeant Carwood with the demo charges. Okay, so not a lot of forces, but I won't spoil it for you, but if you've seen the episode of Band of Brothers, or you know your little bit of history, you know there's going to be additional airborne forces coming in at a later stage. Okay, and it looks like a a good mix of SMGs, Thompsons, and rifles. That's also what I was circling there is also my exit point. So in Combat Mission, everything's done by waypoints, so I'm just ordering my forces at the moment to do a quick run to different spots. They will try and follow those orders as close as possible, but there is a little, what they call TAC AI, controlling the individual troops and vehicles, not necessarily in this scenario, but there is also vehicles, and they would still try to carry out my orders. Push the big red button and it processes the next minute of combat. You can play in real time, but I'm playing in a semi-turn base called WeGo. So I program in all my selections and then watch a minute of action from any angle. and battle sizes can range from as small as this to battalions plus. So you can have full 3D battles pretty much. So those guns are starting to fire. I don't think they're firing at me. Troops don't seem too worried about it. There's no, at the bottom left there, there's no indication of being pinned or suppressed. They're just doing what looks like to be a barrage on the exit, as they were at the time. Okay, so after the minute, it goes back to your planning stage, and you can program additional orders in for your troops. So, good time to show the different movement styles. You can go really fast, quick, normal move, or you can also just program specific targeting orders as well when you see the enemy. There's other special abilities, such as in this case with infantry popping smoke grenades, and vehicles also have a very varied type of special orders you can give them. Just getting rid of the trees for the moment. The close by trees just revert to the trunks, just so I can see the forces a bit better. I'm ordering my men to run up to the section. I want to move up relatively quickly. I'll just change and deploy weapons. Just changing that, so I'll put on a hunt command. Hunt tells my troops to go a lot slower and keep an eye out for the enemy. Where quick and fast is, as you suspect, it's running at different speeds, and your troops lose situational awareness, so you're more likely to be ambushed. But by doing this, I'm running up to the just before the hedgerows, and then hunting the last way, just to keep it quiet and hopefully take the enemy by surprise. Once they're there, I'm telling the MG teams to deploy their heavy machine guns, and the TAC AI will take over and target any enemy it spots, which there should be on the other side of the hedgerows. Okay, and so with my heavy machine guns setting up on the hedgerows for fire support, I'll move the rest of my ad hoc forces up into the trees there, getting ready to assault. I'm just going to edit this video down for time, get rid of those loading screens. I'll also not show every planning stage. Just try and keep as much in the action as possible. Forces are just running through the bocage, just through little gaps, or murder holes as I believe these to be called. First shot, someone's firing. Wasn't me, it sounded like a German rifle. Okay, so one of my MG teams has sighted a German and it's taken a few pot shots. I've just skipped the planning stage there and ordered the men to advance quickly up. I really don't want them firing at this stage, just want them in that tree line setting up their heavy machine guns. Okay, so my men at the hedgerows are starting to spot the enemy. They've located the 4 guns I've got to target to, and start looking familiar to anyone who's watched the TV show. So, I've got my first kill of the day. Took some German by surprise. Okay, and my Winters and his element are advancing slowly up to the hedge line just to start taking shots of their own. And looks like they've got the jump on the enemy. Okay, looks like back there I've got 2 heavy machine gun teams firing on my position. They're the heavy machine guns that would actually fire on their own troops in the battle. They're smart and they're actually firing on me this time. with some grenades or something. I'm just going to rewind it. I can rewind during a combat phase. I can actually rewind it and just see what happened from another angle. Yep, so look at the back there. Looks like they're throwing grenades into the trenches over the hedges. Put it back to show the planning stage again. My heavy machine gun teams are giving good suppressive fire from their position. Looks like the enemy have fallen back from the trenches just immediately in front of me, so it could be a good time to launch a bit of assault. Those two heavy machine gun teams at the back could be a problem, but I've got one of my machine guns still suppressing one of those positions, so it should be alright. Move the other machine gun team into that trench. Or maybe not. I'm actually doing the commentary after the battle, so I've got to try and remember what I was doing at the time. So it's one of those very famous or infamous MG42s. That could really hurt me if it catches me in the open, so I've got to make sure these assaults are very quick, and I really want to get into those trenches as quick as possible. So I'm just ordering the men to face towards the manor at the back there. Gives them a quicker chance to actually spot the enemy and start firing. So both, I think that's both Winters and Compton will go through the hedges through that little opening and get in there. Just telling them to sprint. I really don't want them firing until they're actually in the trench. And I'm just giving Winters a bit of a pause command, let Compton go first. So hopefully Compton will get in there first and lay down some cover fire with his riflemen. So I've got some more Germans who are in that trench there. Got about 7 Winters and Compton, both with their men, 7 men firing at the Germans. There looks like the Germans are retreating. So we took them by surprise. Okay, back to a planning stage. Just move Carwood and his men with the demo charges up into the trenches and start going around that the L bend. While I'll move one of the MG teams up to into that vacated trench. Meanwhile, my other MG team will face those MG42s and see if they can cover them. So, a surrendering German who got left behind. Looks like from a heavy machine gun team. Those light red crosses mean those men are out of the fight, but they're heavily wounded. Okay, I'm just ordering water cargo up a bit further. press the advantage, really get them up there. Oh dear, I just had a casualty. Yep, first casualties of the day. I've lost those 2 MGs. Looks like the MG42's opened up from the back there, straight into the trench without any cover, and took out my 2 men. The game is very detailed like that. It's very unforgiving if you make a mistake. Just look there, those 2 MG gunners are moved up and who got hit. They're both KIA, not even wounded, so they're... Sorry, men. So Compton's hanging back with his riflemen to try and suppress that MG, while Winters moves up to another position. Got one of the gunners, it looks like. Could be that sniper doing the damage, I'm not too sure. Those riflemen are really accurate, getting casualties at that range. Moving more men into that trench. I think I've suppressed that gun at the back there now. So I think I spotted another one, but looks like Compton and his riflemen are still safe in that trench. Another surrendering German. Was it? Sorry, it's the same one, I think. Not too sure, actually. Oh no, another German. Another surrendering German. Looks like the MGs are more worried about Carwood and getting close to that bunker. Just move forward a little bit with that transition. Carwood's men have thrown a few grenades at that bunker and knocked it out. Just a wooden bunker, and the men are leaving it. Right into the open though. Shouldn't last long. The bunker's cleared. I think they're both cleared now. Yeah. So the bunkers are cleared and the guns are... all guns should now be abandoned. Lost someone there. I think I actually lost Carwood there, actually. I think I've actually skipped it, but I think I also lost Compton. So history is not repeating itself with this battle, unfortunately, but so I've lost a few of the key members of Easy Company in this engagement. It's just those MG42s at the back there really hurting my men. Even though they're in trenches, they're bound to take casualties eventually. You'll also notice in the bottom left there, I'm really running out of ammo. That's what I meant. My men have stopped firing. Every bullet is really tracked in this game. You can see even that squad there, there's only got 17 rounds left for their 2 M1s. And I think Compton was actually worse in the remainder of his squad. firing at us. Okay. Another transition, just skipped ahead a little bit, nothing really changed. Just trading MG5 with each other. I really don't want to move yet because I've Mr. Ronald Spears and his D Company men have moved up now. I'm about to join the fight. I'm going to sort of gone ahead. D Company will just cover my retreat as they have ammo. Any nearby troops will also pick up some ammo off D Company. There is ammo sharing as well modelled into the game for the troops that are sitting next door to each other. I really don't want to move with those MG42s possibly still lurking back there. So I'll bring up the fresh troops, lay down some covering fire, and then push everyone back to the exit and get out of here. So all the men are just moving up to that waypoint. Once they're all in place, they'll start to do the next order, the next waypoint, which should be into the trenches. I'm starting to run out of ammo in that MG too, so Spears should really get into the trenches quickly and lay down some covering fire for us. Coming up to the end of the engagement, hopefully it's a good little introduction about what the game's all about. I hope to do a few more after action reports. I had another one all prepared to upload for the new game Combat Mission Fortress Italy, which focuses currently on the Sicily campaign in 1943, and later we'll add on the rest of Italy in 1944. I hope to show off a few more battles, but tell me what you guys as viewers want to see, and I'll try to do that with some more video AARs. Really haven't seen many people do AARs for Combat Mission. Seen quite a few at Total War, bit of a fan for a few of those as well, but none for this game. So anything to get the word out, please let me know. Okay, so they're just wait for this turn to end, and I'll order Spears to open up. Just ordered the men who are behind the hedges to start retreating. Spears will open up and allow Winters and the remainder of, I believe it was Carwood's team, to exit. Yeah, it's a bit risky what I'm doing there, but looks like they made it alright. They're obviously getting shot at by that MG44. Okay, I'll just show you one more feature in the game. I can split the squads up. So Spears' squad there just been split into 3 fire teams. I'm just ordering 2 of the fire teams to fire at separate suspected targets highlighted by those little red markers. I don't really know where the enemy is, but I know the enemy fire is coming from that area. Sound is also modelled into this game, so my men on the ground can actually hear what's actually being heard of. And Winters still has some ammo, so I will order him to open up, actually fire as well. Okay. And, there's also a bazooka in that squad's opening up. The enemy MG fire seems to have stopped all of a sudden, so I must be getting close to it. Just keeping the Germans' heads down. Just move up the third element of Spears' squad. With their MG, they'll move up and provide covering fire as I move the rest of the men out of here. In truth, I think I just forgot to move them up in that turn beforehand. That light grey area means it's not the best line of sight, but there is still some line of sight to that area. And it's time for everyone to get out of there. So yeah, this game's been out for a little while now. Base release with American and German Army forces. And then the first add-on or module was released earlier this year, which added on the SS formations and the Commonwealth forces. So pretty much all the D-Day and the Normandy campaign, and in truth any battles in France can now really be fought. An additional module will be coming out soon, add on to extend the time period a bit, and add on the Operation Market Garden in September. So everyone's looking forward to that. And of course, as I said before, there's also the Fortress Italy base game out with additional modules or expansion packs upcoming for that game as well. Once again, to add on the Commonwealth forces and additional forces as 1944 drops around. Okay, and I've just retreated all my forces now away from the engagement area. Those little green arrows just represent my men are exiting the map as I was ordered to. And there's Spear Squad with no casualties, making the final dash towards the exit. Okay, this wasn't as good as what happened in real life. Did take a few casualties, but and also losing Compton and Carwood sort of broke history a bit. So major victory. I didn't get two of the gun crews, it looks like, but they were already fleeing early on. There they are. So I could have pressed on a bit further and tried to take them out, but there's another MG back there, and it would have been too much of a risk, I think. I'm still happy with the major victory. And there's those MGs. In the bottom left you can see how many combat victories each squad gets at the end of the match too. So it was those MGs doing the damage at the back. So there we go, it's 4 men KIA and 2 wounded. That's still took out quite a few of the enemy. Anyway, I hope that's been a good introduction. I hope to see you all again soon when I do some more AARs. Please leave comments and what you want to see. Thank you.